you guys are living under a rock, you guys already know what's going on in LA with the ICE raids and everything else. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings out there, and trust me, this is from someone that came from an immigrant family, a Mexican immigrant family, right? So I feel I have a unique perspective because I worked at ICE detention facilities for over 8 years, because I was, law enforcement with the U.S. Marshals, so I got to see a little bit of what happened in the background. Got a lot of friends also that are ICE agents, right? That are ERO ICE agents, Enforcement Removal Operation ICE agents. What I can tell you is this: these agents are out there doing their job, okay? Whether you agree with it or not, whether you agree with the laws, with the immigration laws of this country or not, they're laws. These federal agencies, ICE agent, ERO, fucking HSI, Marshals, whoever, DEA, all the FBI, everyone's out there helping the Department of Homeland Security right now. These guys are doing their job, right? They're enforcing the laws that certain politicians, certain sanctuary cities, sanctuary states in our case, failed to enforce. They failed to enforce these laws, and they got out of control, and now this is what's happening. I'm sure some of those people are hardworking people, that I understand they have families, they have kids, people of good, people that mean well. But if they're here in the country illegally, it's illegal. It's in the word, right? And before I hear anyone say anything about me being a hypocrite because I'm Mexican, right? Let me remind everyone that my family came here the legal way. My grandparents, which were fucking busted their ass working in the fields, picking crops, came here the legal way. It's hard for me to understand how people can be so outraged when they're held accountable, right? They're being arrested, they're being deported because they're here illegally, because they overstayed their visas or they came here into the country illegally, and they're still fucking getting mad.
Which is so weird to me, because nobody here in the United States of America can get away with that type of nonsense. Well, I don't know. Maybe California is a little bit different. They real lenient on criminals and criminal organizations, and that's why that whole state, let alone the city of Los Angeles, is spiraling out of control. But in most places of the country, you get held accountable for your actions, which is one of the reasons why we have law and order, which is another reason why this is the greatest country on earth, because you can walk safely down the street. We don't have gangs running rampant. We don't have, a bunch of genocide that's happening inside of the country. We don't have people taking over and then starting to turn it over into their own culture, which we've seen a lot of that lately also, and we need to get things back in order because it's USA first. So when people are sitting here getting mad because you're being held accountable for something that you're doing that you're not supposed to do, what did you expect was going to happen? Oh, I know. You thought that Biden or Kamala Harris was going to get back in office. Well, I got news for you. It's a new sheriff in town. Well, the old sheriff is back in the town. And now we have to be accountable for our actions. It's no more just walking around doing what you want to do when you don't want to do it.
And then what's up with everyone? What's up with everyone? All the fucking everything that's going on the freeways. I saw some videos with the highway patrol vehicles getting smashed with rocks, people throwing shit at ICE agents. I saw a U.S. Marshals bus getting fucking blocked, getting attacked. What's the deal with that? Everyone's waving their Mexican flag. Everyone's so outraged. Right? Not understanding that they're impeding the fucking traffic. They're impeding the freeway. People are going to work. People, are going to the hospital, to fucking doctor's appointments. Women are on their way to the fucking hospital to give birth. People are on fucking ambulances with a heart attack, and you guys are blocking the fucking road.
They don't care about that. They don't care. Nobody cares. The only thing that people care about is how they feel at the time that they feel it, and everybody else got to suffer as a result of it. They don't care.
That's not protesting. That is not fucking protesting. Blocking the road and interrupting everyone else's fucking life is not protesting. And it's fucking shitty because all I see, the majority of the flags that I see being flown are Mexican flags. And it's fucked up and it's shitty because I don't associate with myself with fucking lawlessness. But anyway, you got the LA mayor, you have the Governor Newsom saying that it's Trump's fault, that it's ICE agents' fault, as if these people weren't here illegally in the country. It's almost like we've dealt with it for so long, and it's been part of our culture, and it's been, especially here in California, right? Sanctuary, and fucking New York and other shithole places like that that have sanctuary states and cities. But it's almost like we've lived like this for so long that it's become normal. That now when people are fucking now when there's a government that's trying to enforce laws, rules, and regulations and holding people accountable, now it's outrageous. Separating families. You know, people talk about it like it's something out of this world. Like if I get arrested, I'm not gonna get separated from my family, right? If I go rob a fucking bank, I don't think people are gonna be saying, "Oh, pobrecito Angel, he got separated from his family."
Right. Thank you. People that are here legally are finally starting to step up and talk some sense into you people. Hopefully. Hopefully you listen to them because you don't listen to us.
Guess what? You broke the law, you get fucking arrested, you get separated from your family. You came in here to the country illegally, you broke the law, your ass is gonna get deported, separated from your family. Why is it hard for people to understand that there's consequences to the shit that we do? Like, I get it, it's fucking shitty. But hey, it's a risk that you're willing to take, obviously. And then when you get caught up, how can you get upset? How can we possibly get upset if you know these are the consequences? And then these people are throwing things at the fucking federal agents, at the law enforcement, at the cops. They're throwing rocks. What's gonna happen when one of these fucking guys is able to articulate that they feared for their life and they fucking shoot someone? Then what's gonna happen? Imagine the fucking chaos then, the outrage then, right? I could already see it. ICE agent shoots unarmed man in a peaceful protest. I could already fucking see it. I could already see it. And it's a matter of time till it happens. What do you think is gonna happen when you have fucking people throwing fireworks, throwing rocks, throwing all kinds of shit to fucking to these federal rangers? What do you think they're gonna do? These people have families as well. What do you think is gonna happen? I hope this video opens people's eyes. I understand that we're not all going to agree.
It won't.
It's a very touchy subject. I understand that, but I hope that you sit back and think about it. This is not an answer. This violence shit is not going to work. It's not an answer. You're not going to win. The federal agents are enforcing laws. It's not like they're doing shit that's illegal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, and then here's another thing. And then people are fucking and looting, breaking shit, lighting vehicles on fire, breaking into fucking stores, stealing shit. Really? Fucking up the whole city. You have people fucking up the whole city, right? In protest. You guys are fucking up your own city. Your own city.
We all.
You guys are screwing over your own business owners, your own community. I hope everyone takes a chill pill. I hope people start opening their eyes and start understanding that when you fuck up, you're going to be held accountable. You know, I understand it. It's shitty. I understand that not everyone's a criminal, but you also need to understand that immigration is a law. And that if you're here in the country illegally, you broke the law. It's a crime. I hope everyone's all right. Please be safe out there. Law enforcement guys.
Go fucking home.
I'm with you. Watch your back out there.
Home.
I have a lot of ICE agent friends. Please be careful out there. I hope things don't snowball out of control more than they already did. Because I could see I could see things getting a lot worse. I could see people losing their lives. I've seen some of these videos. I'm telling you, I've seen some of these videos where law enforcement is showing a lot of restraint. I'm telling you guys right now, coming from law enforcement experience, these officers are showing a lot of restraint. Don't abuse it. Don't take their kindness for weakness. I'm telling you right now. If this continues, God forbid, we're going to be watching someone fucking deaths in the news. Some of these protesters are doing things where
some of them are paid too.
Lethal force from these federal agents. So keep that in mind. Don't do anything stupid. I don't know. Maybe you guys should be waving the American flag if you want to fucking stay here. Here's another thing. I've never seen that energy. I've never seen that protest in Mexico. I've never seen people protest their government with that energy. Protest the criminal organizations with that fucking energy. That energy in your.
You know why? Because they know better, and they get their head knocked off. They literally get their head knocked off. Head. By itself, no body. That's what would happen. Always like to link back to the content creator, so the link is going to be in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Let me know what y'all think about finally some of these people that are here legally is talking. Hopefully they can talk some sense into y'all.